a break in between games, but here we go.
Hey, when you fill time right, you fill time right.
I mean, it's 9:40. I mean, we're a little bit behind schedule, but we've had 2 games go the distance, so
Yeah, I mean, you got two 15-round games. Those are going to take a hot minute.
yeah.
So,
The Boston Oathsworn and the Vancouver Void. Since we don't have this is our pregame, Mr. Knock, all you.
all right. Well, two teams that I haven't, I'll be honest, haven't kept up to date with too much. I mean, Miami I always keep up with because even, well, back when the league was getting up and going, we scrimmed them a whole lot. So I've always kind of been like close with that roster. Um, and then Calgary, obviously, I've known them for forever. So that game was really what I was invested there. But with Boston and Vancouver, we're looking at two teams that have had turnover throughout the season, but are starting to get their footing. Boston sitting at sixth on the table coming into the week in the East. Like I said, with a win, can get themselves into a spot where they're looking at playoffs. They're either in a tie or they're looking at getting into the play-in. Of course, if playoffs start today, there's still a lot of time, but we are flying through the season, so it is time to start thinking about those as real possibilities. And then looking at Vancouver out west, chilling in third. After that game, Calgary still got a point. Havoc's gotten their points for today. So the void, if you will, between them and the top two has grown. But I think with a win today, they'll pick up the pace and actually gain a couple of points on the people above them. So I'm picking Vancouver. I'm gonna say, not even knowing what map we're on. It's Oregon. Okay,
We're on
but
Oregon.
I'm gonna say 7-3.
Oh, so we get out of here quick, is what you're saying.
I mean, yeah. Hopefully, I can get back to the Minecraft server.
Minecraft. That's what
Yeah,
you're here
no.
for.
That's all I've been doing today is just chilling. Cause it's just been a rainy day. I
Oh, it's
don't have
rainy where
much
you're
to
from
study
too.
for. Yeah, it's just been
I
wet and
personally,
gray.
I went and
It's
bought
wet, gray,
chocolate.
and cold.
I went
Yeah.
to buy chocolate. That's what I did today.
That's what you did? I walked to Chick-fil-A and then walked back. That's all I
I
did.
got A&W for lunch too.
Defenders protect the
Yeah,
bombs from
so,
being defused by attackers.
well, we'll see if either one of these teams are feasting here for dinner. Coming in at 10 p.m. I mean, Void, assuming some of the players are local, I know at least one of them is from Vancouver, so it's only 7 for them. But, chilling here on Oregon, again, West Coast, but, gonna be interesting to see how it's played out here. Like we said, kind of new roster, I think. Ragnar kind of hopped in as a last minute replacement, so not really not gonna be a map that's like super prepped and prepared. Obviously those words mean the same thing, so I don't know why I said it that way, but not a map that's gonna be like probably super strat heavy for Oathsworn, but they're starting on attack, so that's a future problem for them, I suppose. Very reserved setup. No holes on attic wall. No, I don't think there's any holes over on the game's wall either. The typical master breach. Just lots of guys on site, and we even had holes for white. Just footholes, actually. That's interesting.
It's a
So yeah,
full
interesting to see how this
lockdown.
is played. Just a very anchor heavy. All 5 guys on site. Like it's year one. I mean, obviously not the map Oregon was in year one, but playing a similar style, they do have like that peak looking out outside under the barricade on the Master Valk, but giving up a whole lot of map control. Boston's got to take advantage of it, of course, just like anything with an attack, but risky call to start with, I'd say.
Vancouver really like to just keep it very, very close, I guess you can call it, to what they're used to. They don't really explore too much, but they feel that with the gunners of Wisty and Aluk and Kuyura, even though he tells me every single day I speak to him that he's a support player, and he still gets 20,000 kills. Them 3 together at the top there, Aluk, Wisty, and Kuyura, are just great gunners for this team, and they feel that they can outgun even if they give up the map control that they are right now. So we'll see what they're able to do. Boston, I mean, I don't really know how this roster. We've been talking to Ragnar quite often, and he said that he feels that Boston's going to make the curve. And Pixar just escapes the MPX of Wisty there.
Yeah. Just staying passive, I suppose. Not a bad thing, especially with the way they're holding the site. Don't overextend, especially if they're just not holding a lot of map control. You really don't want to lose bodies too, so maybe a little trouble getting this Cade Claw off the wall and just
Jagger's just gonna
mapping
eat
through. Yeah, mapping through. I mean, the attic wall's not a problem. You just walk through that, but getting the Cade Claw off of the master breach will be a larger problem.
There's the Nitro, and it's a lovely toss from Koyura for the opener. Lovely.
Nowhere for Blarn to go, and just I mean, you gotta shoot the C4. That's all you can do there. You can't back out.
And Koyura picks up the second.
Yeah.
Wisty picks up the third. There goes 3. It's up to Ragnar and reloads. Ragnar, he's got to dump a magazine, but the Wisty headshot takes him down. Reloads with literally a sliver of health. You throw a tennis ball at him, he's dead. Koyura gets the third. That's a 3K for him and a 2K for Wisty. The Void take round 1.
I mean, like I said, I mean, you can give up a lot of map control, but Boston's got to take advantage of it, and I don't think they really did. They took their time droning it, which I guess it's the first round. If you're not like prepping for the game, you're gonna take your time droning things. You don't want to mess anything up. But I think as they get through this game, they'll speed up their pace on the attack. And I think that's when they can really start to come into form. But I think the biggest thing there is, I don't want to call it siege basics, but comp basics. Get the Cades off the wall. No one's holding downstairs, really contesting you. Just like shoot through the stage floor, get the Cade Claw off the wall, because I think that C4 came out as a result of hearing the yelling.
Yes.
As he walked through the rotate, and all you gotta do is get the Cade Claw off before you go through, and you're not gonna get stuck in a corner with a C4, stuck in between not a rock and a hard place, but a C4 and a hard place. I think that's even worse. And then on the other side of the map, Master Breach never got opened. I mean, they were nading from below, but you gotta also shoot the Cade Claw off. So just a pace thing. I don't want to say the siege basic thing again. More of a comp. Not basic, but it's kind of it's a fundamental thing. I'll put it that way. Something just being able to clear that stuff on a very default map, you need to be able to do in order to secure rounds, and Boston didn't do any of that round, but, you know, it's round 1. They're getting warmed up still, probably.
Before we get into this round, I said it at the beginning of the stream, but I'll say it again so I don't forget. Big thank you to our sponsors, Rogue Energy, Epic Water Filters, and Mapban. You could use code HyperSeries for both Rogue Energy and Epic Water Filters, and pick yourself up some, what's the word I'm looking for here? Water, something to keep your Rogue Energy in. I mean, it doesn't act as a good shaker cup, but you can keep your water in your Epic Water Filter bottle, and you pick up some Rogue Energy for when you're playing Siege. So thank you for our sponsors. They make the league run. The more you use our code, the better the production gets, the better the league gets, and therefore everything gets better. We reached 50 viewers today, but I think the sky's the limit with the league, and again with the sponsors. So thank you again. We're on board. 2 minutes into the round.
Yeah. 1 minute into the round, 2 minutes left.
2 minutes left, 1 minute into the round.
But yeah, and then also, just to add on to your little plug, we know everyone loves a prize pool, so you know, the more that money gets added in, the more possibility there is for a prize pool in the future, because if we have money to go towards production, we don't have to spend money on a prize pool.
Correct.
We don't have to spend like our own revenue from stream or something like that. So, yeah, I mean, help us out, support the league. Obviously, only if you can. It's not like we're entitled to your money or anything, but it would be greatly appreciated.
At the end of the day,
moving in here, we're now a minute and a half in, and we're still at the same man count.
Yeah, we're still at the same. That's why I keep talking, keep plugging, because we haven't gotten anywhere.
We got Blarn on low health, and the Kiri appearing to lag a little bit. Just making his way down into freezer. Looks like, yeah, just a front side take, not gonna play into that bunker backside util heavy take. Instead, kind of, it would be like a quick hitting take typically, because there's not a lot of util, but we're a minute in, so maybe they were trying to kind of bluff it. But it seems to be right into right now as wanting to drop.
Oh, that is
Kiri's gonna trade it back,
but Wisty gets the trade back.
Yeah, unfortunate there. We have a refrag comes out.
Attackers have located
Reload's
the bomb.
gonna reload. Big surprise. Gonna do that a lot with Habana.
Reloads gets.
Gets a kill. Ragnar picks up one for himself. Dunna's gonna refrag that. Now it's Reloads left in a 1v2 here versus Koira and Dunna's. And he's got 30 seconds to work with. So even though they went slow, the execute kind of worked out real quick. So he's got a little time to work with, but no time to waste. He's got to make sure he's using this time efficiently. He hasn't really
15 seconds to
moved since in 15 seconds, but he's going to make his way up, go through the rotate, fire towards... Oh, the rotate's going to get the kill, moving into 1v1. Now he's got 7 seconds left. Last player's not running away, so he's going to have to force the gunfight.
And there it is. Koyura picks him up. And another round for the Void.
He had to force the gunfight there, I get it, but just sprinting isn't gonna help you. Like, he wasn't pre-firing anything.
Yeah.
So I get like chasing people down, and for a sec when he ran through the doorway and Koira wasn't like pre-aiming or pre-firing anything, I was like, oh no, this isn't gonna be good. But yeah, getting caught out in the sprint, not much you can do there. So great effort there from Reloads, just a bit too little too late. I think that was they wasted 2 minutes, and we've seen it one other time tonight where it's like they go for a take that doesn't require a lot of util clear. It can hit site quickly, but if you're not pushing the other side of the map, the other team's smart enough to know that means you're pushing elsewhere. So again, maybe split up your resources there. Maybe send like a Florence over to bunker or something. Just to like send those drones in, keep them busy, keep them thinking, oh hey, a push is about to come out once they clear the util, while your 4 other players are working their way down like main stairs and freezer stairs. Plus, don't take 2 minutes to get down freezer and main stairs, that typically helps. I don't know if it was one of those they started to take and then changed their minds, switched up the take, but with no bodies dropping, I'd find that kind of surprising, and I will be honest, I had to get up for a sec in the middle of the round, so I didn't see the beginning of the round, but nonetheless, I think, yeah, just expediting things a little bit would pay large dividends for Boston, because they're really not playing bad, as you can see by the execute and getting the trades down. It's just a timing thing.
Yeah, I think the rounds are going to go more or less the same, though. I think it's going to be a slower paced game, and not in terms of like the total, like the length of the game, but I think just it's not. We're not going to see any like big flashy plays. I think it's going to be played at a slow pace. Seems, at least on this side of the split, I think Boston likes to take that slow, methodical approach. I think if Vancouver's up like 4-2, 5-1, that they'll push the pace a little bit. They'll push the pace that I know they play at, and we might see a different thing on the other side of the split. But going forward now, the first call comes through Kiri's blessing. The Dokami is going to clear.
No one here. I mean, he called.
There is
Didn't hear anything.
There is nobody
No one's up
nearby.
here.
It is a Solus. I think that's a Solus, right? No, that's a castle. I can't see. That's a castle. And that is the backside open, and the Goyo goes off. That's the first gas can done, and there goes that drone to the TCSG of Doonies.
Okay, well, we got wall open. We're working a little faster now. Again, a minimalistic take, just tower. I think we're going to try and slam a plant down, because, I mean, they have attic control, so they're not going to get killed from attic. They just need to take the gunfights on site, but they really need to get that double castle barricade open in order to hold green hallway. Or at least peg someone on the window, even. That way you don't have to expose yourself as much. But it's really important to be able to pressure that so your planter's not getting swung from green, because he's already got enough to deal with inside a meeting.
Definitely a ton of damage taken. That's a good little drone. The second call's going to come through. Kuyura went all the way downstairs. Doonies flashed here to... Yep, it's just Ying. It's cheap Ying. Doonies can't see nothing, but it doesn't look like they're going to make anything off of it. Luke, he's going to pick him up. Bowie's going to pick him up as well. That's Kiri and Pixar down. Dooney swings Jaeger. He's going to kill him. Luke on the flank here is going to get the reloads as well. Ragnar, last one up. And he's going to get one. That's Kuyura. Right, he's going to get not a second. Luke's going to shut him down. Ragnar gets Kuyura. Luke shuts him down. That's 3 in a row for the Void.
So they kind of addressed their slow map control problem. Because, I mean, when you're playing a team like Vancouver, just the style of play that they bring, they're giving a lot of free map control. You need to play quickly into that. you going slow helps only them. And it gives them time to prepare on site and really know where your push is going to come from, and then really just be able to aim their guns at you. So I think like they had a lot of time there where they could have worked and execute. Like they push the guy back off green, you have smokes in the pocket of the therm, you flash the Cade out, you have hatch control and attic. I don't
Defenders,
know why
protect
you're
your bombs
not
from being
going
taken
for
by attackers.
an execute at that point. And then the flank coming up is just unfortunate, but they just kind of stalled and stood around long enough after they had used their utility to really set up and execute that it allowed Vancouver to just kind of come out swinging, and they hit a home run. So
Yeah, I think. I mean, when you look at, I don't know, kills don't tell the story, but if you look at the kills of the Boston side, they tell the story. There you got a combined
10 seconds to go.
1, 2, 4, 6 kills,
6, yeah.
and
5 seconds to insertion.
Kuyura has 5 on his own. So I know kills again don't tell the story, but you do a full
Attackers
site
must
rotate,
locate and defuse
and
the bomb.
you have a combined 6 kills.
Yeah, another thing that I don't think Boston would have caught on to last round because it didn't really come to fruition. You had Koyura down there in the basement on the Goyu.
Yeah, yep.
If they did go for that execute, he's got that C4 in pocket to throw up the hatch. So I think important if you're gonna go for that tower take. It's kind of like the backside take on Chalet. You need to take not just the backside, but also the backside on all levels of the map as well. So you make sure you're taking T2, T1, but also down into pillar, E-box. Put your flank watch up on long and freezer, and you don't have to worry about it the rest of the round. You'll have ample warning if someone goes for a flank. So just adjustments to be made. Miami made them last game. There's no reason Boston can't make them this game. Reload's gonna be getting that. I guess the Cade Claw down. So expediting the destruction of the Cade Claws. That is good. A great adjustment there for Boston.
It's a boatload of damage. That's from Kiri's blessing underneath on the frag. That's a good opening. You know, I know you don't get the kill, but a ton of damage without any health regen is good. And that's a very cool charm. I never knew that charm existed.
Let me look at
It's like Tachanka with skis on. I'm looking at charm. I'm gonna have to add him in the Discord later.
Anyways.
Yeah, Jaeger.
Anyways, Koyura gonna make use of his own explosive damage and get that Pixar fragged out. That's gonna be the opening. Kiri's gonna trade it back on a Phobie though. So that's gonna make it a 4v4 here. But again, a minute left. Kind of a slow push from Boston. They had a good opening, kind of got the util set up, cleared util kind of well. But since then, slowed down too much in my opinion. Do we know? Do they have breach open? I haven't actually seen over there this round as the swing comes out. Luke's gonna hit a couple shots here onto the Yana, and that's gonna be Ragnar dropping. That's gonna be Kiri trading it back onto Koyura, still 3v3. Kiri working these trades this round, but he's got 1 health left, not much to trade for anything there. Just playing alone on white stairs. Got players over here, the nade coming out.
It does. Boston playing much better this round. They got to deal with Koyura and Attic, who's been made. Oh, sorry, not Koyura. That's Vwisty and Attic, who's been a thorn in their side in this position. Plant's gonna go down here by reloads. Jaeger gets Doonies. It's up to Vwisty. He kills Kiri. That's a 2v1 with a beautiful shot. It's gonna swing Jaeger and Trophy. Doesn't pick him up. Round 4 to
Great
Boston.
Yeah, great work by Boston there, working into the execute. I think they could have done it a little sooner. We never actually got to take a peek at breach. I don't know if it actually got opened. But nonetheless, did a good job of getting in, getting an execute, regardless. Kiri, big round on white stairs, picking up those 3 picks, the last of which already was on 1 health, and then nothing he can do about dying there. Like, it was a dirty shot, but he was dead even if, like, a pixel of his kneecap got shot. So, great round from him there, and then he got refragged instantly, so they set up their crosses really well as well once they got to execute, and I think that just kind of goes to show Boston, I don't want to say this is an improvement, but they were able to play their strengths that well, much more that round, because they really hadn't gotten to a plant execute yet. They'd gotten to a let's hit site, but that was kind of the first time they said, okay, we're gonna get a plan down, and this is where we're gonna do it. So, picking up the pace, I think it can still be faster, but improvement is improvement, so I'm happy to see that from Boston.
Yeah, I think the Boston made a big turn there. I mean, again, and the kills even worked in their favor. Kiri, big job from him picking up the trades.
5 seconds
Much
remaining.
much better on their side of the equation. I mean, we'll see. They're going back upstairs, so we'll see if they're able to replicate the same feat, or if Vancouver learned from their mistakes and are going to win this one, just like they did in the first round.
And yeah, we'll be seeing. Oh, I'm sitting here like, why am I watching last round? It's because I tabbed into the wrong thing and I had the Twitch stream up. I was like, this is old. So yeah, similar setup as the first defense. So hopefully Boston's able to expedite their clear a lot faster. Looks like a full tower push. Interesting seeing the Yana on drone. That's a little backwards to me, but if it works, it works. It doesn't really matter. You're just making sure that players aren't where you're pretty sure they aren't based on their style of play. Kiri's going to make his way over, probably going to be able to work up White Stairs late round, or maybe in Kid's window. I think the call may have come out to go for a... Interesting.
This is
They
interesting.
have attic open. Putting the Ying on big window would scream to me go for a... Or sorry, on the Kids window would scream to me go for a big window vault, but... would appear not. Maybe just trying to cut off the return from the attic players and kind of counter out that shield position.
IQ just walking in here, and
unaware of the prone player, but the shots are gonna miss.
And there's the frag. Wisty is gonna frag him, and Koyura now is gonna get into engagement with Ragnar. It looks like these guys have been in engagement all night long. As Pixar gets picked up by Foey. 5v3. The first Candela comes through. Ragnar still on his breach. Wisty, I mean, he's got his cool little glasses here. I don't think he's any use, and yeah, he's not going to run away to the window to help support Ragnar. Ragnar looks like, I think he's going to push up now. No, he's still holding steady there. This rip comes through to the Kiri's Blessing dies to Wisty and his cool glasses. It's now a 5v2, and Boston, again, the slower pace just doesn't seem to favor them.
Yeah, the slower pace and very poorly set up push. I'll touch on it more after the round. But just coordination was not what it needed to be to make that work. But Ragnar's gonna pick up his garbage time kill onto Luke, padding those stats a little bit, hopefully moving something towards something salvageable. Gets swung some damage, and that's a friendly frag that he runs back into and then gets out of. I think that got caught in a magnet, but still scary. Just pre-fire's coming out. They're gonna stack up on this door. C4 from below, or from...
That's from over the top, over the top.
Yeah, over the top, rather. Almost took them both out, but Posty picks up the last shred of HP, so... I didn't get that round.
No?
At all. Yana's droning the whole round. Don't know why. You have a Ying, and you have an IQ. One of those is much better at clearing areas and brute forcing their way in, and you decided to put them on the window rappel and just let IQ walk up with absolutely no tradability. Like, you had a Ragnar on drone behind her, but he wasn't, like, his gun's not up, you can't trade her if she gets swung. Akiri's just on the window, making no use of his Candela. It's like he could have tossed the Candela through the rotate and flashed for her. Didn't do that. The people, like, the ops were good, the positions were good, but the ops in the positions they were in were not. You need to swap the IQ, and you need to swap the IQ and the Ying where they were. I mean, Akiri went off the round before. I mean, you just let him flash in pit and then walk up and take the gunfight. So I think he does fine. You get your map control, and if he doesn't pick up one of the people, cool. Your IQ sitting on the window and kills them as they fall off. But I don't know, just confusing to me, the positioning there. And then the Candela doesn't get used until way too late in the round to really have an impact. So yeah, just another round where it was kind of like, yeah, you can tell this wasn't whether it's the team comp or the map or a mix of everything, this wasn't what they were going for coming
Attackers
into
drop the bomb
tonight.
diffuser.
Gonna see another basement defense coming out here though. Luke's gonna be stinting elbow, pretty common with the smoke. Playing a little aggro with the shotty, I suppose. I think you need to be.
Oh, there it is. Pixar runs into the M590. And good night.
Why? Just why?
I don't know
Like, I
why.
get you want to get in there quick, and you're like, I have a skeleton key. But you sprinted straight at. That's the easiest shotgun shot to hit, is when they're running straight at you. Not to mention, he didn't have a live drone or any intel. He just said, I'm sprinting in. Woohoo. So I don't know if there was like a an old call that said, there's no util in elbow. But it was wrong if that was it, and it was wrong to sprint in there either way. So... Switch
and
up
the
from
feet!
before, not
The
through
whiskey.
shield.
The feet.
Lois has got one of them hitboxes that just make you want to scream sometimes.
Oh.
But
Oh, a little bit of friendly
Damage
fire, and
from
Luke
Luke.
dies, but Wisty with the glasses keeps the man count in their favor.
keeps the make out in their favor and keeps the elbow control in their favor.
Kiri's blessing is all the way down in the basement hallway here. I mean, if he gets lucky on the timing, it doesn't look like he is. He's
Got
going to run
very
into
unlucky.
another shotgun, if anything. Case is cold. Reloads, I don't know where he is. Oh, he's still upstairs. There's the kill. And now it's Reloads. Going to run down right there where Kiri died.
And he didn't reload.
And he didn't reload. He's not going to get any kill.
He actually did reload. He just swapped weapons, I think. Panic. But yeah, just another round where it's like, I don't get what the goal was.
Oh! Oh, I thought that was.
Oh,
I thought that was
the
Wisty.
warden hit it. That
Yeah.
was about to lose it.
But Koyura picks him up, and that's a nice shot. Never mind. But it's 5-1 at the split.
I thought they were getting it together after round 4, and then it just went the other way. I only got one way to describe that round.
Yes. I don't know where you're getting these, to be honest, but they're great.
The soundboard. Discord created a soundboard.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, so I integrated. Yeah, I got all sorts of things. We got a. I think if you're in Boston's camp, you need to be sounding this.
Everybody on the
But,
stream is going to be so confused.
But yeah, I think.
But it's 10:06 Eastern, so I think we're allowed.
Yeah. Very odd decisions. I don't know. They commit hard to the freezer main stairs take, but they did it way too late last time. This time they commit to pushing bunker. They didn't commit to droning anything. They just said, let's run it with a skeleton key and hope it works. Insert narrator voice. It did not work. It just... I don't get what the idea was. Like, Vancouver doesn't roam. They got the hatch open. Ooh. Work the hatch, work pillar control, work backstairs. Don't just put everyone in bunker and think that it's gonna work. Because it's not. You gotta spread your forces out a little bit and communicate and take map control. Trying to push a bunch of people through a bottleneck doesn't work.
Yeah.
Watch the movie 300, it doesn't work. It never has, and it's never going to. So, I mean, if you're on the side of Boston, you're real relieved that you're on defense now.
Yeah, I would
It's
say
a completely
so.
different game, you don't have to coordinate as much, you probably have strats. Vancouver has to play into you, and if they're as passive on attack as they are on defense, that may be a virtue for you. But it appears they're not, considering they're already getting this attic wall opened up, and there's no one even in pit. Mozzie's gonna make his way back on in now, but where is... Okay, so the Jaeger's gonna be down there in kitchen, holding bottom white. Okay, so everyone on site, and then the Jaeger just roaming on his own. So Mav's already in attic.
And
Just kind of flirting around with what he wants to do there. He's gonna hop back on out here, probably onto the window. He's got the flashes in hand, so he's gonna flash out sheet metal, make sure any util there is cleared. Try and shoot his jackal through about 18 layers of hard surfaces, but
yep, and put his own teammate there in the process.
yeah, I mean, I've only seen a couple times where hard surfaces don't work, and long time of playing, so that'd be unfortunate. But nonetheless, Kiri going to be challenging the entry here. They got the cover on the head holes, pretty default setup there. Flash is going in, burning out the utility, as I said, but no real push coming out yet. I think that was just kind of gauge how much util's in there. I think putting out the drone here is kind of a mistake. You should have gotten the intel, then flashed and pushed, not reversed the order of the intel and the flashing. It's just kind of burn utility, and you don't capitalize anything off of it, but Kiri's going to get shot up from main stairs. The ball's going to come in from the map, and good shot there. Already a 3v5 here, minute left.
Shoddy in hand.
Control.
Reload picks up 2. Oh, Jaeger actually got 1. There's the shoddy by Ragnar.
The shoddy. Foe evens it up, but it's a 2v2. This is very winnable.
Wisty comes in and gets Ragnar, and now it's back to Jaeger. I mean, he's got health. He's got health, but...
He's got health. Vancouver doesn't, but they have 2 guns. He has 1. Simple math at the end of the day. They don't seem to know where he is. He's going to get 1. The drone's out. They didn't sit and wait on the drone. It's going to be Blarn on to Foe here. That's the last matchup.
That's not a bad play.
Wins the round. He's going to try and steal off the door.
And Jaeger.
To cover the sound, but he gets the... That was smart. That was smart. She threw that down to cover the sound. So you can tell he didn't know she was pushing in, but yeah, that first shot to the kneecap did it in for someone at 5 health. Great round and recovery from Boston. It wasn't a great opening. The cross got taken onto Akira. There's not a whole lot you can do there. Once you realize you need to fall off, it's too late. But, you know, 3v5, and then just the kills started flowing. Great cross onto the Bolo door there into Trophy. The M590 just popping off from the rotate. Not really sure what the Mavs thinking there. Like, oh, I can just run right up to this reinforced wall. But yeah, it gets mapped by the Mossberg nonetheless. And then just a great job of keeping, I'm assuming, the comms and their heads cool in an otherwise pretty stressful situation. And they came out on top, so great work there to keep that a manageable affair and keep this game moving forward for him, because 6-1 is not where anyone wants to be.
I think Boston, I think Boston just got to do what they did again. They get it to 5-3, and then once it's 5-3, it's a different story. So 5-2 and 5-3, completely different outcomes.
Yeah, 5-3, you're looking at, you know, you're starting to get into Vancouver's head, maybe like, you know, maybe it's just playing defender-sided today. When you look at the bans, it doesn't really scream that to me, but especially when you've got the Doki, you got the Lion, you got Ying still in, so like you can still be aggressive if you want to on attack. Speaking of being aggressive, Luke, Dunzo, gonna get rezzed by the Hibana if possible, but I believe whoever downed him just ran away.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what. There it is. Yeah, Pixar looks like he just booked him back to site. I think Pixar's the one that downed him.
Luke's still bleeding out on the floor, so I think Wasty's gonna just cover the angle, and they're gonna wait for the second person to come in and res, and that's exactly what happens. Luke gets back up, 20 HP better than none. So gonna move on. Basically, act like that didn't happen. Put good roam presence here from Boston. I like that. They slowed him down. It's been a minute. The only thing they've done is get small tower and kitchen control. So now they got to kind of like kick the drones and the machine that is Vancouver back into gear, get into this round again after that speed bump. But no real vert work coming out here. Not a lot of vert operators. Oh, but a good swing there. Gonna see Pixar getting his second kill of the game.
Oh, that's a nice angle, and that's a beautiful kill.
Red into perfect. I'm gonna guess the sat window cam is still up, and someone was on it. If they were, props to whatever support was sitting on that. But if not, the intuition on Pixar to go, oh, I'm running away. Oh, no, I'm not. Someone's gonna swing me, and to re-swing that, net that shot. Great job by him. Having a round to
There we go. There's the
right
EMPs.
now.
I'm sorry. EMPs.
Yeah, EMP's getting used. I'm happy. Considering, you know, they make the game so attacker-sided and people just don't use them. But, like I said, great roam presence in the early round, but the better part of the great roam presence is knowing when to fall off, and I think Boston's done that effectively here. Just kind of sitting now they're playing Vancouver's game. They're playing the we're on site, come get us. We've burned a bunch of time, beat us on site, and we have man advantage, as opposed to Vancouver, who's playing 5v5 on site off rip, basically. So yeah, I mean, should play it well, but Foey's gonna pick up the kill nonetheless. May have reinforced this off if I were them, but great trade by Ragnar swinging in. The two are gonna go in the favor of Vancouver, making a 1v2.
Here and there goes here. Well, you said they were gonna play Vancouver's game, and they did it, but they didn't win the round. So, map point for the Void.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to mute for a sec, but
You're good.
I think it's a little odd that they didn't reinforce off the rotate.
Like the extension into elbow.
The elbow extension. You're at 45 seconds. Your smoke's not playing in it anymore. Just reinforce it. You have the Kate on the wall. It'll get electrified. Because you also had no one playing in bunker, so it's not like you need it so that your defender can get back into sight. Just reinforce it off. Force the attackers to flood through E-box and long haul. I don't see why that was left open. Maybe they didn't have any reinforcements in pocket, but based on the reinforcement setup I saw, there should be at least one in pocket, because got 3 hatches, the 1 E-box wall, 1 rotate wall, 1 freezer wall. That's 6. So you could afford to put 3 elsewhere and you'd still have 1 in pocket. So I mean, maybe there's 1 supply wall, so that's 7. Maybe an extra on E-box wall, but there's still 2 you got to play with there. So I think they had it and they just didn't use it. And that's if it's not written into the I don't say written into the strat, but if it's not something that's part of the strat typically, it's not something you think to do, and I get that. But they definitely had a good period of the round there to kind of go, oh, we have man advantage, we're resetting, we're playing site. It only makes sense to set site up to play that style. So unfortunate there for Boston, but I think the beginning round was good. If they can just kind of transfer in, counter and execute a little better, I think they could kind of stretch this out. But if they can't, we're gonna see this game coming to an end pretty soon.
Pixar is in a very precarious position here. He's gonna maybe get 1. He almost dies in the process, but he'll run away.
2 bullets, but yeah, falling off there is probably the best option. He didn't have a drone on him
They
in
are
shower
pushing
hall,
him.
but he doesn't now.
They are
Now the
coming
flash is
for
coming
him.
out, and he's decided to move into server, so he's stuck. So it's really a how long can I play in here unless they have the hatch open, which I doubt.
And he blows himself up. He decides, I'm just gonna take my own life, and there goes.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't get how that kills him there, because I'm pretty sure he put it above the doorway and was just like, they're gonna chase me, time to blow it up, and that was weird, but probably not the best play. Either way, like obviously killing yourself is never the best play, but oh, another C4 coming out. That's not.
He's gonna wait, and he's gonna use it as bait.
Oh, big brain from reloads, using it as bait, and then the magical free fire wall. That was smart. I didn't even think that was a possibility. Like I would not have thought to do that. Great work by him there, using the C4 as bait. Now blows it up. Luke down to 1 damage. I think it was down to 1 before the C4 blew up.
Yeah, he shot the C4.
But shots coming out now. But now 3v3 again. Here's where the execute comes. The execute on the defensive side becomes very important. There's no pressure backstairs. If you have T1 cam up, gotta have someone on it. However, we'll see Blarn cycling cams and swapping between Mozzie. Can't tell what is being watched by Pixar, but Vusti's gonna be watching something that isn't his own POV as he drops. Moving into a 3v2 now. Still 50 seconds left. The smoke's not gonna last that long. Gary's gonna get 1, but the down's gonna go into reload, so it's just 2v1. He's gonna push the smoke. Free Fire's gonna come out. Not gonna get anything, but the shotgun's gonna finish it off. Good job with Ragnar. That's his favorite weapon this match. It's gotta be. I was gonna say, I thought the first shot from the shotgun missed, but I don't have game sound watching on Discord, so I was like, I won't say that yet. But yeah, unfortunate occurrence there for the Nomad, but even if she gets the kill under the smoke, she's getting swung from long haul from behind, so it would have taken a miracle to clutch that one up, unfortunately. But moving into 6-3 here, so Vancouver, all I'm saying is you make me look like a very smart man if you win this round.
think you are a very smart man anyway. I don't think Vancouver have to win to prove this to you.
I mean, I slept through a final presentation today, so like I'm not that smart.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't spend $1,000 a year on a phone and has an Android, the last system software update lowered the volume on all my alarms, so I slept right through it. On the bright side, I can make it up before class when we take the finals. So.
You still have
Plus,
class?
the presentation itself isn't a large part of the grade for the final paper because you're just presenting what you wrote about. But still, I was like, oh crap. But yeah, this is finals week for me, so I move out at the end of the week. So.
Are you gonna miss the jail cell you're in?
A little bit, yeah. Like my roommate's super chill, so like I enjoy having someone who's like super open and like fine with me doing stuff around here. He sleeps like a rock, so like I can be up yelling super late and he'll just be snoring. And my parents are the exact opposite. Plus, it's like, I don't know. I'm graduating, so it's like, dang, I have to be an adult now. So unfortunate, but I'll still have hobbies to do and
Yeah, you have hyper
stuff to
series.
do. I'll have 40 hours a week to work as opposed to 15 hours a week to go to class. But I'll make it work. We all do. So hopefully we'll see one of them.
Jaeger's gonna make some.
It's not an option. Someone's gonna make something work this round. It just depends who it is. We're gonna see if Blanc can make this this flank stick. I don't see any flank cams. No Nomad on the board. No Claymores on the board. So very capable of just walking up on this flank right now. IQ's on the drone. There's no one watching. They are
And
completely
Maverick's
unaware.
in.
He's gonna
This
hear
is a
the swing.
free.
This is free if he pushes up, but he's making his way down. Maybe the vert sound can
Oh,
kind of
here
throw
it
you
comes.
off. Here it comes, and he's not looking.
And
He's
he's
gone.
not looking.
No.
He's dead.
Oh,
And
so
Dooney's gets
unfortunate,
picked
the
though.
timing.
Reloads picks him up. So that's enough. There's enough. And it all. Oh my. And it all falls apart.
And it's all left on Ragnar, who went below for the flank, but that C4 is going to hit. Goodbye, Vwoosty. But it's Ragnar alone below with no C4. He's going to have a very hard retake here in a 3v1. Plant down. He's going to have 30 seconds to pick up 3 kills. Stick the defuse after that. Great shot on the Luke, though, so a good start. 2 people left. Not really in positions to refrag each other, so again, he can take his ones. The post-plant position today's been questionable. He can walk right past because it's barricaded. I don't know what Queer was looking at, but Foey's going to pick it up. Nonetheless, that's going to be our game. That's going to be a perfect prediction for me. I don't know. I think Boston could have done a couple things a little different. We could have seen a very different scoreline. Not necessarily saying like a couple